Welcome students to the last lecture on retirement of partner. In today's class we are going to see the last variety on rearrangement of partner's capital on retirement. We are having the problem saying the balance sheet of Jain, Gupta and Malik as on 31/3/2018. So the balance sheet is given: creditors, outstanding bills, accounts payables, partners' capitals are given. You're having assets like land and building, bonds, cash, bills receivable, debtors, stock, office furniture, plant and furniture, computers. Total 1,65,800, 1,65,800. So now we'll see what are the adjustments given. So the adjustments are: partners have been sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3, 5 and 2. Malik decides to retire from business on 1st April 2018 and his share is to be calculated on the following revaluation of assets and liabilities. Stock rupees 20,000, office furniture 14,250, plant and machinery is valued at 23,530, land and building rupees 20,000. Next, provision for doubtful debts is created at 700. Firm is going to value goodwill at 9,000 and continuing partners are agreeing to pay 16,500 in cash on retirement of Malik. Malik is retiring, so when Malik is retiring, he is going to get a cash of rupees 16,500, and whatever balance is remaining, that will be kept as Malik's loan, and the amount of 16,500 is to be brought in the ratio of 3:2. So now we are going to prepare Malik's partner's capital account, revaluation and balance sheet of the newly constituted or reconstituted firms. So first we are going to open revaluation account. So before opening revaluation account, just take down the balance sheet and the adjustments on a piece of paper so that we need not move the slides here and there. So now we are going to start with revaluation account. Now revaluation account, your debit and credit should come at the end. By mistake both have come in the same line, but this credit has to come at the other end, which is not seen on the credit side. It has to be moved to the credit side. Yes, the revaluation account. Now if I take the revaluation, I will see the adjustment. The first adjustment is not going to be taken because it is related to retirement. Now revaluation starts from the second. You are having stock which is worth 20,000. So in revaluation I will take stock as 20,000, whereas the book value is 18,100. So in the balance sheet and the revaluate, there is an increase of 1,900 rupees. So whenever there is an increase in the asset, show it on the credit side of revaluation. So 1,900 is increased. Next adjustment, if I take office furniture costs 14,250. So now I will come to the debit side. Now the total cost of office furniture is 18,250. On revaluation it is valued at 14,250. So the difference of 4,000 is to be shown on the debit side, as it shows there is decrease in the value of machinery. Now coming to the next one, we are having plant and machinery, which is costing 23,530. So I will go to plant and machinery. The book value is 20,230, whereas the revaluate is 23,530. So there is increase of 3,300. Next I am having land and building. Now land and building, the book value is 26,000. and in the balance sheet it is 20,000. So there is a decrease of 6,000. Next, the third adjustment shows you have to increase 1,700 provision for doubtful debts. So the total will be 11,700. Now this 11,700 is to be deducted. So when you are deducting, you have to see what is the loss on revaluation. So the difference will be 6,500. This 6,500 has to be distributed to Jain, Gupta and Malik in the ratio of 5:3:2. So Jain is getting 3,250, Gupta is getting 1,950 and Malik is going to get 1,300. So this loss is to be taken to partners' capital accounts. So next amount or next account we are going to prepare is partners' capital account. Now I will draw the partners' capital account, write debit and credit on both the sides and then see the particulars. Now if I see the particulars, I will first take whatever is the balance of partners in the balance sheet. So first balance brought down 40,000, 60,000 and 20,000. I will write it. Next, in the balance sheet they have given reserves and surplus. Now this reserves and surplus or accumulated profits are the profits earned during the previous year. So this previous years it has to be distributed to all the partners in their profit sharing ratio. So balance sheet shows 16,750 is accumulated profits. This is to be distributed in the ratio of 5, 3 and 2. So you will get Jain is going to get 8,375, Gupta is going to get 5,025 and Malik is going to get 3,350. Next, coming to the goodwill. Now goodwill of the firm is valued at 9,000. Total goodwill is valued at 9,000. So this goodwill is going to be raised only to the extent of Malik's this share. So total goodwill should be always distributed or whatever it is to be written off in gain ratio. So goodwill of the firm is 9,000. And what is Malik's share of 9,000? It is 2/10, which amounts to 1,800. So this 1,800 is to be brought by the continuing partners Jain and Gupta. So Jain is going to get 5/10 of 1,800, which amounts to 1,125, and the balance is going to be brought by Gupta, that is 675, that is 3/10 of 1,800. So here when I am raising goodwill, it is only to the extent of Malik's capital. So Jain is going to get 1,125 and Gupta is going to get 675 only. That is the goodwill raised by the incoming or continuing partners. Now after goodwill, I have the amount of cash which has to be brought by the incoming partners. So that 16,500 has to be repaid. So in the next slide you will see how that 16,500 has been brought. We'll just see and come back to our this. So this 16,500 which is paid immediately in cash is again distributed in the new profit ratio of 3:2. That new profit ratio. So Jain is getting 9,900, whereas the Gupta is going to get 6,600. So total will amount to 16,500. So this is the credit side. Now on the debit side we are having revaluation loss. So the revaluation loss is to be first distributed to the all partners. So we are having 3,250, 1,950 and 1,300. Now the goodwill which is being raised is given or borne by the continuing partners. So such amount is to be debited to the continuing partners capital account. This amount which is existing is to be taken immediately to Malik's capital. So you are having 1000, 125 and 625. Now cash payment to Malik is being made. The last adjustment, cash payment is made. So cash payments amount to 16,500. This 16,500 is to be borne or shared by Jain and Gupta in the ratio of 3 and 2. So here you have shared, and that total amount which is brought is given to continuing partners. Now the loan given to Malik. Whatever is the amount of loan, how this loan amount came, first I will total the Malik's total account and we get 25,150. So first total all 20,000 plus 3,350 plus 1,125 plus 675. The total of all these amounts to 25,150. Now this 25,150, from this you have to minus 1,300 and the 16,500. That gives me a total of 17,800. So 25,150 minus 17,800 gives me 7,350, which is the remaining balance which we have to take it in form of loan. Now total Jain's capital and Gupta's capital. So you will get total of 58, 275 and 71, 625. Write the same total here, and from these totals reduce to 3,250 and 1,125 from Jain's account and 1,950 and 675 from Gupta's balances. So the whatever balance is left is 59,000, 53,900 and 69,000. So this balance is to be again shown in the credit side, showing that the account is continued. So by balance brought down you have to write 53,900 for Jain and 69,000 for Gupta, and nothing to be written in Malik's capital because he has got retired. Now we'll see what is the balance sheet, how it is prepared. Yes. So the previous slide I said that amount of calculation is to be done for Malik. So total amount to be paid by Malik in cash is 16,500, which is to be taken in the ratio of 3:2. So you are having contribution made by Jain 16,500 into 3/5, 9,900, and Gupta's contribution is 16,500 into 2/5, it gives me 6,600. So students, this is the calculation. If you have not followed, once more we will see at partners capital account. Yes, I will explain it once more. See, first from the balance sheet we are going to take the respective capitals of all the partners, 40,000, 60,000 and 20,000. After that, whatever accumulated profits reserves are existing in the balance sheet has to be distributed to the all the partners. So accumulated profits is 16,750, which is given in the balance sheet. Now distribute it in the ratio of 5, 3 and 2. So Jain is going to get 8,375, Gupta 5,025 and Malik 3,350. Now it's clear. Now come to the revaluation account. In revaluation account they have given there is a loss, so distribute such revaluation loss to all the partners, that is 3,250, 1,950 and 1,300. The previous account, whatever is the loss from revaluation, is to be transferred. Now the problem comes with distribution of goodwill. So total goodwill of the firm is 9,000 and Malik's share only is to be raised. Followed? Therefore, Malik's share is how much? 9,000 into 2 by 10, which gives me 1800. So this 1800 has to be contributed by continuing partners in the ratio of 5:3. So the partners, continuing partners will get it in the old ratio. When nothing is stated related to old ratio, the old ratio itself is treated as gain ratio. So we are having 5:3 as our gain ratio. So when I distribute 1800 in the ratio of 5:3, I will get 1125 for Jain and 675 for Gupta. Now the same amount has to be debited, saying to Malik's capital, and the respective amount should be debited to the respective partners according to their share of 5 and 3. Next, the problem says that there is a cash payment made immediately on retirement. The amount is 16,500. This 16,500 is to be borne by whom or taken up by the continuing partners. So I will distribute in what ratio they are going to take this 16,500 is 3:2. So now when I divide 16,500 by 5, I will get the amount of, so we'll see here 16,500 divided by 5. So 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15. Again you will have here 300. So you will have 3,300 which is remaining. So this 3,300 has to be multiplied in the ratio of 3:2. So if I multiply both these amount by 3,300, I will get the amount of 9,900 and 6,600. So this amount has to be distributed to the continuing partners. So I will distribute by cash. They are getting cash 9,900 and 6,600. So how it came? 16,500 divided by 5. Total figure I will get is 3,300. Multiply this 3,300 in the ratio of 3 and 2 so that I will get these figures. Now once this amount is being given, I should first see what is the total that is to be transferred to Malik's account. So Malik is going to get total of 25,150. From that I will minus 17,800. Whatever is the difference of 7,350 is treated as loan. Now total Jain and Gupta's column and deduct the debit balances from the respective partners total. I will get the balance of 53,900 and 69,000 for Jain and Gupta. The same balance is to be written on the credit side by balance brought down 53,900 and 69,000. Now Malik is retired, so his capital balance will be nil. Now once if partner's capital is over, we are going to go for the balance sheet. So now the balance sheet is to be prepared. So I have creditors, no change as usual from the balance sheet, 19,800. Then telephone bill is outstanding 300, take it same. Accounts payable 8,950, all are from the balance sheet. Now coming to capital accounts. Now I should take the closing capitals of Jain and Gupta, 53,900 and 69,000. Now whatever is balance in retiring partner, that is Malik's capital, is treated as loan. So 7,350 is the loan. Now come to the asset side. I have land and building. In the balance sheet it was 26,000, but I have seen on revaluation there is loss of 6,000. So it will be 20,000. So whatever assets are on the debit side of revaluation has reduction, and what is on the credit side assets will have additions. Next I have is bonds, no change, 14,370. Coming to office furniture, it is 18,100. Again there is loss of 4,000, so 14,250 has to be taken. So it is office furniture is 18,250, minus it I will get 14,250. There is a mistake of 150 rupees is not added here. So there is a print mistake over here. Next you are having the appreciation, this machinery 20,230, and you have to deduct add appreciation, so you will get 23,530. Next computers, there is no change, 13,200. Now coming to bills receivable, no change, 14,550. Debtors are 26,000. You have to provide for 1,700 as debt, this reduction. So whatever is the difference of 25,000 has to be written in the outer column, which is not seen. So 25,000 will have to be written. So you are having debtors costing 25,000. Next you are having stock. Now coming to stock, you are having stock of 18,100, appreciation is 1,900, so total will be 20,000. Now coming to cash, total cash will be 5,500. Since cash is brought by the incoming partners, I should show 16,500 minus 16,000, because that cash is brought and immediately paid to Malik. So I have to show it 5,500 plus 16,500. Again I should reduce it because immediately on retirement this cash is paid. That's why I should show it as a working note. So total cash balance available is 5,500. So you have total of 1,59,300 and 1,59,300. So this comes to end of retirement. In the next class we are having death of a partner. Thank you.